Hey there guys, today I'm going to talk about a form of advertising that you might have heard of or maybe even haven't heard of, but if you have heard of it, you probably were quick to discount it. And for the business that I'm in, which is service-based work such as mowing, garbage, plowing, I do painting, pressure washing, those sort of things, specifically mowing and garbage and then plowing as well, anything that's routine, this form of advertising I think personally is the absolute best. This form of advertising is flyers, actually. Now, you've probably heard of, the older methods, which are radio, newspaper, and TV. We've realized in today's day and age, those are not the most cost effective or just effective overall. Today's day and age, which I also use, is just online, social media, websites, Google, for most of my advertising. But the flyers are a very underrated for the service-based industry. And the reason that I say that is because I think it's better than direct mail and even like Facebook or any social media. And the reason that I say that is because, for instance, if you take Facebook, you can advertise to a very select group of people, which is awesome. Undoubtedly, it's very effective and cost effective. But there are some bonuses that come with flyers over Facebook. Now, for instance, with Facebook, you can advertise to, a location of people. So say you're trying to build up your mowing route. So you make the radius to like a couple miles, or maybe even, I don't know if Facebook goes down to a mile, but if it does, say you bring it down to a mile, all the houses that you're getting in that neighborhood, I mean, a mile radius is a lot of neighborhoods, and also not everybody in those neighborhoods has Facebook or is going to see your advertisement. Now, for direct mail, you can pick very specific neighborhoods, and your direct mail campaign is going to go to every house. But I know on average it takes about 7 times to reach somebody before they actually take your direct mail campaign seriously. I know I've received direct mail and it's just like spam to me. So it's not as personal. Now with flyers, in the Facebook example, the reason that I believe flyers are better is you can reach those houses specifically. You can put a flyer on every door in a neighborhood and that person's going to see it. Direct mail, like I said, does the same thing, but with direct mail, like I said, people aren't going to really take it personally. And with flyers, it's similar to door hangers, but with the reason I think flyers are better than door hangers is psychologically, when somebody sees a door hanger on their door, A, they know it's a form of advertising, so it's almost like direct mail anyways, and then B, it's almost like somebody was grabbing the door handle to get into their house. Now, people don't directly think that, but subconsciously, it can be implied, and it's not a good first impression. The other thing with flyers is when you put them on the door, you put them eye level, so people, it's the first thing that they see, but also UPS, FedEx, the United States Postal Service, they put flyers or post-it notes on your door when you've missed a package, or it's something important is the point that I'm getting to. So when they see the flyer there, not only are they seeing it first, but it's something important. It's not something that's spam. So they're actually taking it a little bit more personally. I mean, once they see it, they might go, oh, but now you at least have a good first impression and you've grabbed their attention. The other thing that I ran into, which I didn't realize when I first did this, was that people have told me when they get these, they actually just take them off their door, and they might not call me right away, which is what I thought would happen, but instead they put it on their fridge, and then they might call me a month or 2 months later. So that was another thing that's awesome about the post-it notes, which is like what it is, or the flyers, I should say, but it really is just a post-it note. You can see on there, it says post-it. And I'll just go ahead and show you this one that I made. This is the first one that I ever made, and it's really not good, to be honest. My business was originally JJ Lawn Care because that's what I originally did. Now I do, obviously, like I said, pressure washing, painting, so I changed it to JJ Property Maintenance. Anyways, I just put mow, trim, and more, my logo with some grass in the background there, and then for some reason I put my name. and then I put my number where you can obviously reach me. I don't know, I should probably blur my number out on that. I don't know. But anyways, so those are the major things as to why I find the flyers better. And now I guess the overall picture here is getting, you might be asking, why do those houses have to be, right near each other? Why do you want to advertise to a direct specific neighborhood? But if you are in the mowing business or garbage business or plowing business, you know that you can make the most money with places that are closer together. The closer together, the better. If I have to mow a lawn for $30, on the north side of town, and then I have to drive all the way to the south side of town, the travel time is going to kill you. Now, if I can go into a neighborhood and, I let the trailer gate down, drive my mower off, and I mow 10 properties, 20 properties, I mean, the more the better, obviously, but without having to put the mower back on the trailer, strap it down, and then drive to the next place, or even garbage pickup, just having to drive. The travel time is the biggest thing. With mowing, there's even more time, obviously, because of, having to strap the mower down and put it back on the trailer. But the overall point is you are just maximizing the, I guess, the efficiency or just the money that you're making, really. And I've talked about this in one of my other videos. I've actually, I think it was doubled my hourly rate by doing this, which is awesome. And it's just, if you have the time, I think it is a very good advertising technique. Now, I realize some people might not have the time if you are just super busy year round with your business. You can hire people. I would recommend, maybe just give them a certain amount for every flyer that they put out there, and you can just give them a stack. These are very inexpensive. So, I mean, for the amount of money that you'd spend on a direct mail campaign, I haven't compared the numbers, but I mean, to pay somebody to go around and put these on doors, you might be better off. I don't know. I'd have to look into that and see. But I think the bonuses for these, if the price was even comparable, I would go with these for sure. But I think they come in a stack of like 600, and I want to say it was like anywhere from $30 to $60 for a stack of 600. And if you think about it, I mean, in mowing terms, the lowest price that I mow lawn for is $30. So even if, I get one property for mowing, and out of the 600, I'll mow that property, on average, I think I mow a property 20 times in a season. So 30 times 20, you do the math, it's more than $60 even, or whatever you would spend on advertising. So I think it's well worth it. Now the numbers might not be the same for plowing or garbage. The other thing too with my business, since I have so many other, the painting, the pressure washing, so many other services, I just listed them all on the flyer, which I might show you. But in particular, right now, I actually do have some free time because I make most of my money in the summer. And then right now, the winter, I'm kind of leaving open. I'm still starting out, and I'm not sure exactly where I want to go quite yet. So I like the winter to be a little bit open, but I'm using this as a time to, I think I'm going to grow my garbage route, and I'm creating a flyer for that right now. It's in November. I don't really have a lot of work going on, so now would be a great time for me to just go door to door and just put these flyers out. So I screen recorded myself working on the flyer. I worked in Photoshop, which I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Adobe suite, but even if you're not, you can maybe get some inspiration from my design and just see the process. So I will include that video here. I might talk over it a little bit. I might not. I might just throw the video in. I don't know. But yeah, I'll throw that in now. Alrighty guys, so kind of my thought process here on this was originally I wanted to make it seem as professional as possible. I'm just thinking about from the customer standpoint why they would choose somebody over the garbage route that they already have. The biggest thing obviously is price. You have to be even like a couple of dollars below isn't going to do it. The average price around here is $30 a month, so I ended up doing $25 a month. And the next thing was, the price isn't enough. They also need to know that somebody professional is picking up the garbage. So originally I wanted to put
one of my bins on there, as well as my truck. But to be honest, right now my truck isn't the most professional looking truck. I got a good deal on it. It does work. It does everything I need to, but it's not the most professional looking. And I don't have my bins, my customized bins in yet. So those two things weren't an option. And instead of having to wait to get those things, I talked to my dad, and he said, don't be afraid to brand yourself. So while I thought it was kind of almost cocky to do that, I realized he did have a point, and instead of having to wait until I got the bins and I got a truck that looked better, I figured why not give it a shot and just put myself on there. So that's what I did, and now you can see me kind of tweak it. And I know I obviously want my logo on there. I pretty much always put that at the top. That just seems right. I got the $25 a month. That's a big thing, because that is, a big thing. That's a big selling point. And then obviously weekly garbage removal is on there, because they need to know that that is what the product is that I'm giving, or the service, I should say. And then obviously I have my number, my phone number at the bottom there, so that's how they can reach me. But now you can kind of just see I'm playing around with it. I want myself on there. I don't know where I should put myself. I turned the opacity down so I'm not in there too crazy. The setup that I originally had was definitely way too jumbled, and it just didn't read right. It was kind of all over the place. So you can see me just, tweaking it, seeing what works right. I tried to center weekly garbage removal. Really didn't like that. I just like it to the left for some reason. It looks good. Can't really explain it. This is pretty much my final look here. I have my logo as well as myself at the top. I decided to make myself bigger because since I turned the opacity down, I can make myself bigger and just takes up more space. It just looks better. I don't really know how to describe it, but I wanted my face right near the logo, because those are kind of both like the brand here in this instance. And then the next thing is weekly garbage removal, because that is the service. And then below that is the $25 a month. Right now I'm just kind of turning the brightness up on myself just to make it, make me seem happier, I suppose. And then at the bottom is still my phone number for people to reach me at. So this is pretty much the final thing here. I think I make my logo a little bit bigger, just to fill in a little bit of space. It's really just a feeling out process. And then right here I did a little thing where I erased part of that, so my head is actually in front of the logo, which is something people probably won't pick up on, or maybe they will subconsciously. I don't know. Probably wasn't necessary, but I like to do things like that sometimes. But other than that, this is the final thing. Hopefully you get some inspiration from this, and maybe learned a thing or two about Photoshop. Probably not, but thank you for watching, guys.